What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another week here on Body Bags. It's Tuesday again. I'm the Tuesday guy, the retro slasher. Bring guys a brand new review this week. So, for this week, I decided to go back and watch a film from the year 2006. It's a slasher film, of course, put out by Lionsgate. It's an African American slasher film, which is kind of different. Not too many of those. But the title of this one goes by HOLLA. HOLLA, if you hear me. Yeah, real original and pretty classy, if you ask me. Nah, just kidding. But getting into the plot of this thing, so I'm just gonna read the synopsis here off the back. Monica St. John, star of the popular sitcom Baby Girl, and her friends head for a weekend escape at a remote cabin in the mountains. Along the way, they pick up a few unwanted stragglers, including the Scarlet's boyfriend's ex-con cousin and Monica's agent, who's trying to convince her to renew her contract. When a severe storm moves in and cuts off the power, it becomes a free-for-all of accusations and suspicions. As their bodies start to mount one by one, the friends are being murdered. Is it the ex-con cousin or the angry agent? Or is there someone else in the house that they don't know about with no way out? It's everyone for themselves. Yeah, so that's the plot of this. Bunch of people go to a cabin in the woods and some bad shit starts happening. Your typical shit right there. So moving on into my actual thoughts on this one. Yeah, the plot itself is pretty standard, generic, cliched. It's been done a million times. Nothing new or original about it, which is not necessarily a bad thing because films work a certain way. So it works as a slasher film. It's your typical whodunit. You're trying to figure out who the killer is. Yeah, I enjoy all the aspects of the film. It's standard. Now, as to the acting in this film, acting was pretty bad, man. To be quite honest with you, except the final girl, her acting was pretty decent. I enjoyed her. She's pretty much the only character you really cared about in this film, which you should because she's the final girl. But other than that, the rest of the actors are bad. Her boyfriend in this film, oh boy, he was the worst of the bunch, and he's pretty much one of the main stars of the film. The bad casting on that guy, just say that. Yeah, as to the kills, nothing special. They're generic and plain. A lot of things are like done away, off camera and whatnot, which is kind of a bummer. I wanted to see lots of good kills, no original kills, pretty standard, boring stuff. Didn't really enjoy the kills. The body count's pretty high. As I said, there's like 11, 12 people in this entire film. And so the body count's pretty decent for a slasher film. I'd say there was maybe 10 deaths in the entire film, which is pretty cool. But of course, most of them happened like away from the camera. But decent body count as it is. The first thing I want to say is the music in this film. Of course, it's an African American slasher film, so they chose like the most generic rap songs ever. Pretty bad music, man, throughout this film. Hip hop really doesn't really work all too much in horror films. I get what they were trying to do because the film is very self-aware and like not quite sure the word to use to describe it, but they allude to the fact that everybody in the film is mostly black. They throw a few humors at it, which is pretty funny. I enjoy the aspect. The humor in this is pretty good for the most part. The writing was there, but the music not there. Didn't work for me. Pretty bad soundtrack. Didn't even like get any rappers I knew or anything. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this film, quite honest. It's your pretty generic, cliched slasher film with a little twist of an all-black cast. It's enjoyable. It's a fun watch. It's nothing amazing. It's not god-awful or anything. It's just standard and average, man. So if I had to throw a rating on this one, I'm just going to give it a simple 5 out of 10. I say check it out if you're a fan of slashers. It's got its own little uniqueness to it, I guess, being what it is. But pretty average if you ask me. So that's my review, guys. I know it's not the best one. It's not even the best film I've ever saw doing these reviews, so I didn't know what to say about it. 5 out of 10. Check it out if you want. I'm the Retro Slasher. See you guys next week with a brand new review.